Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and we've got a fun one today. We have been out here on Lake Mojave with two of Kawasaki's flagship jet ski models. And yes, these are jet skis because that is the Kawasaki brand name. We've got the Ultra 160 Angler LXS. This one is a specific fishing designed model from Kawasaki. So you've got the 160 powertrain, the 1.5 liter inline 4 naturally aspirated, and it comes with all these extra fishing goodies. So on the sides, you've got these balancers to kind of keep it more stable when you're moving around here and doing some fishing. And that is what we've been doing. Got my buddies Dax and Anish, and we've been out here the past 24 hours or so. We caught some fish. We were out last night in the evening, had the poles and the little holders here, had some drinks going in the cooler. It's got this nice flat seat so that you can kind of sit with. In fact, we had all three of us on the one jet ski. We were fishing off either side. It's got a lot of different compartments over here, over there. One of them is waterproof. Up here, I'll put the figure below. Is a ton of gallons of storage on this thing. Got one in the back on top of that. And then you've got the little fish finder, GPS as well. And then over here is the absolute flagship model. We've got the Ultra 310 LX. This one, the Supercharged 1.5 liter inline 4, coming with all the bells and whistles, including an audio system, 310 horsepower, roughly. Kawasaki doesn't necessarily confirm that, but it is heavily implied. Ergo fit seat, so you can fit 3 people here comfortably and actually adjust it differently. You can adjust the handlebars. This thing is an absolute riot. So we're gonna go for a little bit of a ride today. We're gonna mess around. We've got Dax and Anish. We're gonna kind of be flipping back and forth. Like I said, we had these things out last night. We're doing some fishing. They have gotten quite dusty from getting out here into our campsite, but these are pretty darn sweet. Now, unfortunately, the wind has picked up quite a bit, so hopefully y'all are gonna be able to hear me okay. But let's get this pushed off, clear it out, and hit the water. Start off on the 160. Now, this powertrain is honestly plenty for pretty much any sort of riding. It might not quite have the thrill of the 310, but we'll do that one here in a moment. So getting up on this, you can still use the nice little backrest or foot holder thing that pops out Kawasaki's got, but also because it's the Angler and it's got these balancers, you can really push up quite easily from the side without it tipping. So definitely nice there. You can see I can crawl, get this down, bring myself up, kind of get up and around the cooler. And then if you're out here fishing like we were, see, you sit on the side. It's got this footrest right here that's grippy. Got the rod going, very nice there. Good handle for someone on the back. Then coming up into the cockpit, handlebars are adjustable. Got the nice big display there. Big fuel tanks, I think 20 some gallons or so. So even with all our messing around, we're still at 3/4 of a tank. That is nice. Trim adjustment, which you do from right here. Get it started up. And these actually come with reverse as well. So I'm gonna get us a little out away from the shore. But then if I were docking it or I was turned around or something like that, you can tap R once. That puts you into neutral, so it's not really pushing you forward or backward at all. Then you could push it R again and hold. Then it actually puts a little turnaround for the jet and makes it so it moves backward. Pretty nice. Tap twice back into forward. You can see the Garmin going right there, showing us anything that is underneath us, as well as the depth. So this lake gets pretty deep pretty quickly. Got our mirrors, of course. 93 degrees Fahrenheit already out here. A few different power modes. We got full power, medium power, low power, and then slow mode. So this one still seems like it's going kind of powerful. Interesting. We're gonna stick around in full mode. All right. So still plenty of power to mess around with. Even though this is kind of big and heavy, you can still whip it around. Have some fun, and then when you're ready, you kill it, and you get your fishing gear out, and you have a nice little chill evening. You do some fishing. So definitely a great all-arounder here. This thing is fun, but that thing is just about twice as much fun with twice as much power. So let's do a little flip around with Dax and Anish. Go mess around on the big boy, the 310. Yeah. So you can see Dax climbing on that one. You see how barely it moved back and forth because of those little balancers on the side. But you can see when you're riding and you're up on plane, they're entirely out of the water, so it doesn't make a difference. Here on the 310, seats are a little more made for sporty riding, a little bit more comfortable. Similar cockpit up here. Now we do have a Bluetooth system. For some reason, this one's been acting a little weird. So I don't know if any of you have 310s as well with the audio, and it's just sometimes it connects and disconnects, and we haven't been able to have that be stable. So that's been a little frustrating. But very similar gauge pod and cluster. I think we're ready to have some fun. Woo! And immediately in full power mode, you start to feel it. This thing's amazing. Oh my gosh. Fast 0 to 60, but if that's not fast enough for you, this thing has launch control. So you go into the menu and you go down to settings, mode settings, launch mode, single. You can do repeat as well, but what it does, it adjusts the trim so that when I'm at a stop here, the trim's all the way down. It's going to keep the nose down, so when I go like this, whoa. 0 to 60 just like that. Oh my gosh. Man. It's like a Hellcat for the water with that supercharger whine. Whoa! Oh, it's so much fun. Look at that thing go. They're cool looking machines with the accent lighting. You can see even the angler model. 2 people, you can have some fun. All right, we got a niche on the back. Let's see how well he can hold on. We're gonna trim up a little bit, try to keep the front end out of the water. Oh yeah! Feel the G's! Oh! He's gaining on us! Yeah, buddy, rip Oh, them waves are picking up. Oh, yeah. Oh man, it doesn't get much more fun than this. God. It is beautiful though. We got Arizona over there, Nevada over there. Whew. Alright, we're going to whip it around a little bit more, get back to the truck, wrap things up. But like I said, hard to have much more fun than some jet skis on a lake with your buddies. bad, bro. And that is the low fuel light letting us know our time is about done. But man, are these things fun. So we're gonna get them loaded back up. Now recap my thoughts with you on the 160 and the 310 here, back at home base. Woo! Here we are back after an exciting few days with the jet skis. And getting back and thinking about these, Kawasaki seems to have the package nailed down so nicely of something that is fun and useful all at the same time. The fact that this makes 310 horsepower is so fun and nimble, and yet can still take 3 people, still has so much storage, still has all the technology built into it for about $22,000. Pretty darn compelling option right here. And it would be kind of hard for me to not step all the way up to the 310 when you consider that the 160 Ultra LX that has similar features to this one just without the supercharger is only a few $1,000s less. Now, if you were somebody who was planning on doing fishing, like if you're someone like Dax who is going to take advantage of the features like the more stable outboard outriggers here and the better seat for fishing and the cooler and the attachments, everything like that, and the fish finder, the Garmin up here, then it makes total sense for less than $20,000 or just around $20,000 to get to the angler model. But if you were not going to do that, you're only looking at about mid-17s or so for essentially this one without the supercharger. For me, I'd probably spend the extra few grand and get it because it's just so cool. But you also have to consider the reliability aspect. And while Kawasaki's going to do their best to make the supercharged model reliable as possible, it's kind of hard to argue with the tried and true, just simple, naturally aspirated 1.5 liter in the 160 model. Still plenty of power to have fun, to get out and do what you want to do. And then still have that extra reliability, and you can run it on 87 octane. Just have the better fuel economy as well. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Kawasaki for letting us go have a great time with some of their most exciting water toys right here. If you do want to see more on either the 310 or the 160, check the link below. We've got no talking ride reviews on Winding Road, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, ride on.